Hello everyone, this is Don back with the next progress report on my Corsair. Alright, last two videos I've been playing around with this new motor mount build, and I'm happy to say that it's pretty close to being finished. Only a few more gussets to go and some strapping around these ends here. Little finger straps they call them, so get one on each one of these, and this one down here will wrap around these fellas. But this is where we're at. This is the firewall, or this is the engine side, and then this is the firewall. So in the airplane, it goes like this on the plane, on the firewall. I'm looking at it this way. Here's your bottom, top where the alternator hoop is. So the only thing I got left to do is the gussets, the little triangle gussets that goes across this center tube for the bolt to here on each leg. One there, one here, and one here. And then the straps to wrap around here, which is a safeguard to help hold these tubes in, because all you got is it's just welded around the edges. So 4 finger straps there, 4 gussets there. Now the plans did call for the triangle gussets here, but this material is way thicker than the stock stuff, and I can't see it. It's so stubby down here that I can't see it needing it. This tubing is about a 1/16 of an inch thick, 59 thou, so it's fairly heavy. And then I didn't try crisscrossing them like I was talking about, notching them, because it would have left a straight gap up here that would have had to all been filled in. So I just made one solid one, measured to the center here to here, and then cut that one, and then I cut both ends of it, and then I just hacked it off and recut these to fit around that tube. So that's where I'm at. And it came out of the plate jig beautifully. All threads through here came out fine, other than sticking from the weld penetrating a little bit and catching the threads. But they all screwed out. None of them got permanently welded in. You can see the black marks there from the welding. The stains from the welding through. And then after I got them out, some of them I had to kind of screw out, and then I just run a 3/8 drill down through there to clean out the little penetrations pieces that went through. So that's basically it, and I can tell you that it is definitely a lot squarer than the old one. I took it over and put it on my big granite plate when I had this plate off to check for flatness. These 4 pads set right on the granite plate, and there was absolutely zero teeter on it, nothing. I just put this plate back on to bolt it to keep these in sync, so when I weld these last gussets in there, so it's not going to be pulling on anything here. So that's pretty much it. After I get those 4 in and these 4 out here, then it'll be ready for cleanup. Some of these I'll have to probably touch up a little bit with the sander to wrap them. Some of the welds might stick up a little bit, so I just need to kind of knock them down just a little bit, smooth them over. They're not too bad, because you are going from a 5/8 tube to a 1/2 inch tube, so there's some weld I can feel just lightly sticking up. So I'll just hit that with a disc sander on my Dremel or die grinder. Take care of that. So, but she looks good, folks. I'm happy with it, and the dimensions from here to here are exactly 20, and crosswise they're perfect. You know, they were all set up off of these holes on these pieces, and they just came right off. Everything just came right off. This plate was a little sticky getting up because there was so much heat generated on all these corner triangle pieces. You got to get clean up in there and weld the living crap out of that. So that's about it. Now, I had somebody ask about the new MOSAIC rules. I'm just sweating out here like crazy, folks. Give me a second. Wipe my forehead. It was miserable. Yesterday and today was absolutely miserable, and it's still miserable. And it's 5:30, I'd say. And today I had to go. Had to run into town, go pick up some more welding rod. I was down to like 1 stick, and I wasn't going to have enough to finish. So I also had to go and do something else real quick. So I lost about an hour, a little more today on that. But somebody was asking about if I looked into the MOSAIC, the new rules the FAA is putting out on light sport aircraft and such. And this airplane, I've probably watched 4, 5, 6 videos on it since it's passed. And there's rules that will be in effect, or a lot of this MOSAIC will be in effect in less than 90 days. I think there's 3 months. I think it was 90 days. So it's already been a couple weeks. But once that's done, the new rules are in effect for if you're a licensed pilot, private pilot, commercial, and so forth. You'll be able to fly under the MOSAIC rules as a sport pilot, which a sport pilot is, it only takes half the time to get that a regular private pilot license gets, but you're limited on night flying. But now you can do night flying. You can go get checked out and get that part of your private pilot that's on the license. Night flying is for private pilot only, but with a sport pilot you can add that to your resume, and then you can fly your sport pilot rating at night. And what that sport pilot rating does now is it allows you to fly aircraft that there's no weight limit on how heavy the plane can be. The old weight limit was 1,320 pounds, and that was tough to find anything commercially built like a Cessna or a Piper aircraft. Even the Piper Cubs and all that were borderline legal to fly. So they took away the weight limit, and they took away the single engine part too. It doesn't say that you can't fly multi-engine aircraft, but the main stipulation now is the aircraft, there's no speed limit either. I think you can get up to like 200 and some knots, 210 knots or so, which is pretty fast, be over 250 mile an hour. You can fly with sport pilot license. So that will allow you to fly Cessna 1, all the way up to Cessna 172s, Cessna 180s maybe. You can have retractable landing gear. You can have constant speed propellers now and still be able to fly that with a light sport. And then with a light sport pilot license, there's no medical exam. As long as you have a valid state driver's license for the state you're in, that will count as your medical license. So right now, me flying my experimental plane here, I had to have at least a basic med, which I did do last year. 2 years ago, I got part of it. So, but every 2 years, you got to go back online and do the little online course, and then every 4 years, you go see your primary care doctor. So with the new MOSAIC, you don't get any of that. You don't have any of that. As long as you got a driver's license, valid driver's license, and you've held at least a basic med or a third-class medical, then you qualify. But you have to at least have had one for third-class medical from the FAA. So if you're new to flying and you're going to do a sport pilot, you've got to get a third-class medical at the very least, and then you can get into the next one. But so the main thing about the new MOSAIC is the stall limit, and what they say is the aircraft has to have a clean stall of calibrated airspeed of 59 knots. So that's in the neighborhood of like 67 miles per hour or so. And clean meaning no flaps, no retractable gear. The gear would have to be up and retracted, and you're just flying along as if you're flying, and then you run out of fuel or something and you're slowing down, and the airplane stalls. It can't stall higher than 59 knots, and that's by calibrated. Now there is another rule that's going to apply to the new aircraft that'll be coming out listed as light sport aircraft that are built, factory built, that you can buy and fly as well. And those can have a dirty stall of 61 knots, I believe? Was it? Yeah, 61 knots. So from 59 to 61, and that takes you right up to 70 miles per hour stall calibrated. But that's dirty stalls, meaning you can have gear down or flaps or something like that and stall at 71 knots, but that's only for the LSA category. But those rules won't be in full effect until a year from July, when the MOSAIC was done. So when I had this out the first time and flew it, I just did 2 or 3 stalls with it just to get an idea where it was stalling. So it wasn't, I didn't pay exact. It was somewhere around 70 miles per hour, give or take. But the gear was down, so that would be classified as dirty. So what I would need to do is get this up in the air again, fly it, stall it with the gear retracted, and as long as it's down around that 59 knots or is it 67 miles per hour, I'm good to go. But either way, I can still go out and fly Cessnas and Pipers that all fall within the new MOSAIC stuff. But this plane, I believe, with this weight reduction and such, and then stalling with the gear retracted, I could probably make that limit. So this could pass as an LSA aircraft. It's the only thing. Like I said, you can have retractables, you have constant speed prop. You can have multi-engines now too. But you still need the endorsements for multi-engine and gear and such. So, all right. Well, I'm going to just keep this one short. It is absolutely nasty out here. It did rain a little bit today, but it's just humid as hell. I had the door open because it was actually starting to feel a little better outside after the rain. But anyway, I've got the basic, most of the work done here. I'm probably 90% finished on this. Just 4 more gussets, and then some straps around here. Clean it. Hit it with some probably Scotch-Brite. Hit it with some lacquer thinner. Throw some primer on it. Throw on some white paint again, and it'll be ready to swap out. So I may have to pull a couple of coolant lines. The 2 coolant lines go through the motor mount above. It basically goes through here. So I'm going to have to pull the 2 coolant lines. The oil drain lines, I think there's one of the bottom ones I think comes up through here. So I may have to pull the oil line, but otherwise I can just basically hold it off up with a cherry picker and unbolt it, and should be able to slide that out with removing of a couple mounts, a couple hoses. So, all right, everybody, I guess that's going to do her. I'm going to call it a day, and then tomorrow I'm going to go out driving. Got to clean my car because I took my dog with me Saturday to my family reunion, so he always gets a lot of hair in the car. So I got to clean that tomorrow. It's supposed to rain again tomorrow, and it's supposed to be a little cooler, but still humid. Like they saying, a cool down over the next 2-3 days, but cool down is 80 to 85. So, all right, everyone, I'm cutting her off here, and I will see you guys again most likely next weekend. And if you're lucky, I will have it installed when you see it, because there's nothing left to do other than pull this thing out. So these 2 hoses right here are going to be in the way of pulling the motor mount out. I think that's it. Take the belt can stay on it. All I got to do is unbolt it and pull it forward and pull out the bolts on the firewall. And if I have to, I'll take a sawzall and cut the damn thing out. All right, everyone. That's going to do her. As always, appreciate everybody taking the time to watch my videos. Feel free to leave any comments, questions, concerns, and I will see you guys again probably Sunday night. So this is Don out.